Corn Warriors is presented by Pivot Bio.
No, I was stuck all right. This thing dug in the ground. So see, what had happened was, so when it broke, it pulled this one apart right here. It pulled this coupler off, which I was stopping. You can see it only went about 6 feet. So it pulled this one apart, it pulled this one out. Well, inside of this one, it's got two of these two of the big ones, and I think they got them crossed. But the tech is on the way, and we'll see what he says.
Last but not least, once your corn knee-high by July, better get the plant, boys.
I make my living off the land.
We're definitely gonna get rowdy this year.
With aching back and callous hand.
I'd like to say that this season's gonna be better.
Old man said you reap what you sow.
If you're gonna do something, be the best you can be at it.
Out here in these fields of gold.
It's hard out here.
I move harder, work harder. I get the job done, yeah, I'm a farmer. I don't back down no matter what comes my way.
I'm always bringing the heat. We in Alabama.
I'm an early riser, an all-nighter. You call me plowboy, yeah, I'm a fighter. Ain't gonna stop till they put me in my grave.
We're coming back a little harder this year.
I'm a warrior. I'm a warrior.
See, again, what had happened was, this is the piece that's sitting up there. So this mass is sitting this way on the planter. This pin is dropped down through it, got a bolt in the bottom, likewise. And when the bottom of this pin broke, it put all the weight on the top. Voila. Self-destructed. Just thank the good Lord that we wasn't running down the road at 25 miles an hour and this thing breaking there and wiping my whole planter out. So we were just fortunate that we was in the field. So I guess if you say we had a lucky day to break this, this was extremely lucky. And this is what we've done to remedy the situation. You're really gonna like this. So we can't get this part for 2 days. The pin, we pulled out another planter at the shop. So this hitch, they just happened to replace one, and they had this one thrown in a dumpster of a John Deere. But we're gonna attempt to run it. We just need to run it a day or so here. We went dumpster diving. We picked that piece up on a scratch and dent, and back off to the races if we wouldn't have tore the wires apart.
I'm John with Trigrain Equipment. Trying to get him back up and running. Looks like we had a bit of an uh-oh today, but had a bit of a wire and harness issue, and it looks like we blew a fuse, shorted power there, but we should be about to find out.
But I think this was probably inflicted on my part. I can't really blame it on the equipment right here. What they say, it's all good until somebody gets punched in the mouth. All right, again, for Kevin with those red tractors and for Corey up there with those cats, let's really hope that this works. I won't hear the end of it if it don't. Look at there. Good to go. All right, let's see if we can do some planting.
We're out today looking at a Pivot Bio field.
We're looking at being able to cut back your synthetic nitrogen and being able to replace that in furrow with a micro.
Where the starter washed out, the Pivot Bio corn was still green at the end of the year.
Doing a lot of different trials, and one of them is Concept Agritech. We're doing a in-furrow starter trial. The thing I'm the most excited to try is a bunch of bugs. It's a biological. We're excited to see how they work out. We've been using BASF. We've really fell in love with the Veltima.
We recommend BASF.
it lasts longer and works harder to make sure that you're covered from head to toe.
Today's April 27th, Tuesday. Planting corn here, 660 acres total. 3 years that it's been in corn, the entire farm has been well over 300 average. So we're looking for pretty good things for it this year again. Oddly enough, it gets one of the earlier varieties that we plant. Grain storage becomes a problem with this, so 108-day corn, that's the earliest we'll go, and that's what this farm's getting currently. I'm with John and Amanda from Groundwork BioAg. What is in this product?
Well, Groundwork BioAg is a company based out of Israel, and we have a mycorrhiza fungi that we're putting on as a seed treatment. As you stated earlier, that you can do it as an over-treatment on corn through a seed treater, and/or we're doing it as a planter box treatment as we did here today with you. It's a product that's really been proven its worth in helping bring up those extra nutrients into the plant and creating that symbiotic relationship. We love working with guys like Corey because he's pushing the populations to where he needs to, and we're working with him to come up with new formulations even that can actually help in those situations where guys are doing everything they possibly can to maximize those potentials. Groundwork BioAg is one of those products that can actually help you in those conditions, especially like last year when we were extremely dry.
So what we just put in the planter is Rutella F from Groundworks. It's been a product we've been using now for about 4 years. That's something that's going to be out there in the field working for you all year long.
Sometimes Mother Nature likes to play with us. That's why we farm, Corey. That's why we do it.
We're starting with the best situation we could ask for, so it's pretty much coming down to how can we screw this one up. Mother Nature right now is playing great with us. Can't she keep it up? I really hope so. Right now we're full throttle forward, and it's time to hammer down, and I'm more hopeful now than I was last year at this time. I'll definitely say that. Tomorrow afternoon, evening, they're calling for a pretty good chance of rain. If you get a hard rain, it's just going to seal it over like concrete, and then that's really going to hurt us with emergence. Unless you want to get out the old rotary hoe, which we don't proudly don't own anymore. If we could just get a couple more days of dry weather, we'll be okay. Corn, I was happy with the year that we've gone through, but at the end of the day, Mother Nature, she can make us or break us. As happy as I am right now, I know, good Lord willing, we still got a crop to harvest when we come back this fall. But right now, we sure are shaping up to having a pretty good crop.
Today I'm running Monty's dry carbon. We're doing a lot more soil health stuff.
Soil biology is the key to everything. The best humic product on the market is Monty's humic.
We're out today looking at a pivot bio field.
We're looking at being able to cut back your synthetic nitrogen and being able to replace that in furrow with a microbe.
Where the starter washed out, the pivot bio corn is still green at the end of the year.
Ran the Copperhead Furrow Cruiser this year. Been very good, very happy with it. A lot more aggressive on the closing. Just a simple addition to the planter for better closing.
So hey, David Lipkiss here. It's the 6th of May. We're still planting. Today we're cultivating a field, and then I normally spray right behind him. So I'm pretty much running in front and behind him all the time. We'll get our post herbicide down. That'll be the first thing. Then we'll go on the wide drop and then whatever else Dad wants to do, which will be a lot, whatever that is. We are also today going to be putting in our Pivot Bio trial. The next generation of Pivot Bio, it's not the stuff that's commercially available yet. It's supposed to be even better than what they had before, so we're going to test it out. So in this field, the next fertilizer load, we will have that in it. We're going to be doing that today. Darn near every field has some sort of trial or multiple trials in it. This one is just going to have the Pivot Bio in it. We've been using some BASF, you know, they're fungicides. We've really kind of fell in love with the Veltima for the corn and Revitec for the beans. Really liking those products. So, you know, that way we're kind of using a whole BASF program. Looking forward to see how that works out during the year. I said I got to drop my field pen. Don't forget that, Dan. You know, because every once in a while I forget one, and but that's why we replicate and duplicate and try to triplicate everything. Field pen. Oh, you got to learn how to spell first. All right, like I mentioned several times here, doing a lot of different trials this year. And one of them is Concept Agritech. They've got a product called Bunch of Bugs that we're using. It's a biological. Put a little of their sugar in, a little Sweet Success. And then we had some of our own normal fertility things in there. So throughout the season, we are also going to be using some of their foliar products on these strips and seeing how they turn out. So kind of excited to see how that works for us. You know, with these commodity prices where they're at this year, it's a lot easier to pay for some of these products if you can get a few bushel out of them. A little easier dumping some of that stuff in the tank this year, thinking that you know, the payback will be bigger. So that's what we're shooting for.
So we're kind of excited. This is our river bottom. Been some pretty good yields coming off here last several years. This will be the earliest in the last 5 years that hopefully Mother Nature don't flood us, but you know, we're sitting here May 13th, kind of optimistic. You know, you look out there through there, ground looks good, working great. Still a little cool for May 13th. You know, I ain't saying no guesstimates on yields again. You know, it seems like every year we fall a little short there, but planting new hybrids down here that we've never planted before. So do what we can do, control our controllables, and put the rest in Mother Nature's hand. And just as long as we beat Brooks by 1 bushel, that'll be enough. Knock on wood, you know, it's hammering out and doing exactly what it's supposed to do. We do have a new tractor. We did get us a new Magnum. Kind of had a little accident with it, the other one. So we kind of upgraded a little bit, went a little bit more horsepower, pull around on some of our hills that we got, and very pleased with that thing. Other than that, guys, there ain't much else going on. Let's go plant. At least to get something in before Brooks gets done. Looky there, our buddy's coming back, the old burr cucumbers. I'd be spraying a little earlier than what we like. Other than Dan, on the corn side, I think I'm the oldest one. And I'm probably the one that's done this the longest on the show, chasing higher yields. I don't know how long Dan's done it, but you know, it's just learning every year, you know. Like I said, this year we're we're changing things up again. Never get better being satisfied at where you're at. You know, I preach that to our guys in our MAC group. I preach that to the kids in sports. And, you know, hopefully what they learn from sports carries them over to the real world, you know. I'd say I'm probably the most competitive out of all the guys on the show. I mean, I'm just guessing. I don't care what it is. I hate to lose. I mean, you know, be a leader, don't be a follower. That's what I like about our MAC group. You see guys that, you know, once you tell them that, then all of a sudden they start thinking of, you know, other things that they can do on their farm to make it better. It's what you like to hear when guys give you good testimony that, you know, they're seeing some of the best yields they ever did for spending about the same amount of money. All in all, guys, it's all about making money, being profitable. So that's what we try to do here, help everybody make money. Looks like our guidance is hanging in there pretty good right now, bub.
We're out with the Soil Warrior today. Just getting a good start from day one is so important. This year we're focusing on soil health a little more. This Soil Warrior is an important tool for us. It's got the most consistent seed bed from one end of the field to the other than we've ever experienced. You'll hear me say it over and over again. It's the best thing I've ever planted on. Beautiful day. Finally getting sunshine. This is my 6659. It's a hybrid that, you know, it is my favorite hybrid still. I mean, we've been successful with it the last 4 years. But AgriGo's got a couple new hybrids out. Had one 647-42, done really well in our hybrid plot last year. So that's got a lot of hope for that one. Looking forward to seeing what that one will do. But then there's a 645-16 that's been really good, really consistent. So those three are my go-to hybrids, I guess, for this year. Today I'll be planting all three of those. Got them all three right here around the home place here. So keep a close eye on them that way. I'm ready to plant corn. What about you guys? Yeah, this is a contest field. You know, I got a lot of potential contest fields, I guess. You know, it just depends on what kind of start we get. And I guess the biggest downfall with this one on the contest is, well, if you pay attention to this irrigation, this is a great big irrigation. I mean, it waters over 200 acres, you know. It's a 12-tower system. When we get a lot of heat, sometimes it's hard to keep up with it. You really got to manage it right. But yeah, this still raises really good corn. But yeah, we plant on 30-inch rows. You know, we're planting behind the Soil Warrior on this field. We had such good luck with our emergence last year that we use it again. This was actually done in the fall though, and I think it's even planting better with the strips made in the fall. So pretty excited about that, and hopefully we get the same stands that we got last year with it. Kind of backing down on populations. I think I said that last year too, and you know, I just, with as dry as we can potentially get here and just trying to keep up water, and that population can get us in trouble with pollination, and I don't know, it just seems like the last couple years I've had better luck with you know, a little bit lower population stuff, so I'm kind of bringing everything back a little bit. Ran the Copperhead Furrow Cruiser this year. Been very good, very happy with it. A lot more aggressive on the closing. Been real happy with the Copperheads. But as far as uptake, nutrients in the plant, I mean, we always struggle with our potassium. You know, sulfur's been an issue last couple years, and zinc, and even phosphates. So, I mean, there's a difference though in getting it in the plant and what's in the soil. So that's why I think out here with the planters, right now is the most important time. We're front loading this stuff. We've got a balance of nutrients, and most important step is right here where we're at.
Yeah, it's been too rainy. Can't remember the dates. Between June 16th and July 1st, we picked up 16 inches of rain, roughly. Most places, I mean, some places are only down to like 11. Yeah, it's pretty wet. Ruined a lot of our stuff, but could always be worse. I guess it could be, it's nothing like Matt Miles has down there where it's just flooded completely out.
Power score decrease.
Same problem with that one last year too. Good. It's a pivot that pumps water out of the creek into a pond, and you'll get a little more sand sometimes, and so some of the water drains will get sand in them and they plug up. You don't know it, and in the wintertime they freeze. You get them every once in a while. It's our job. We had 3-4 towables, so we had to tow them every week. And then we bought another pivot to replace one, so we don't have to tow anymore. And we got, like I said, there's always something. One quits, and gun quits, just constantly.
So I'm currently finishing up my FSA maps, and then using those maps to finish up a couple of land rents for some landowners. And some of these new, like in this case, I got a land rent that was it was a parceled off field, so they got a new owner on a different part of a field, and so I got to map off the acres so we can settle up on the proper amount. Well, right now I'm using just a mapping website that actually it's kind of the same people the FSA department uses. And essentially I just map out the acres drawing lines, and it'll calculate the acreage.
We'll go see some good stuff today, I guess. We'll go change some tires and have some fun. Get some blueberries.
Good blueberries. Yeah, start of the season's always good. The nice thing with blueberries is you can just leave them on the counter and just walk by, grab a handful.
Once you get in the sprayer every day for roughly 35 days in a row, you kind of get tired. So, but, oh well, it is what it is. At least we're done now, right? Yeah, this is good. Gives us a chance to get some irrigation projects going and finished up and get things ready to roll.
Next week on Corn Warriors.
Definitely coming for the crown. Kevin ain't gonna give it up very easily, but yeah, we're gonna see what we can do.